Hey, welcome to Today Dreamer, a podcast and YouTube channel where we explore the interplay between inner and outer work, and we look at what cultivating the practice of presence within our lives feels and looks like once we clear the mind and open the heart. So this is just a short clip from a full podcast episode, which I'll leave a link to around here somewhere. If you'd like to check out the whole catalogue of episodes along with guided meditations and what I have on offer, please head over to todaydreamer.com and have a peek. It makes me feel alive. That's what comes to mind for me anyways.
That's because the story is actually a living entity. It's got a consciousness of its own. If you take a story, imagine a story coming from the central deserts of Australia that's 100,000 years old and has been passed down and refined and distilled.
Yeah.
And it's been chosen to be passed down. Think how many stories pass by the wayside and don't get passed from grandmother to grandson or whatever.
Yeah, it's
But
the ones that really connect.
Yeah, and they contain wisdom. And so the story meets the listener where the listener is at their life. So say that we're hearing the same story. You're moving through something with your wife and you're getting challenged by this, that, and the other. I'm not married. I've moved to a new country and I'm meeting a different sort of threshold perhaps, or a career threshold. The same story can meet you in one place and challenge you or awaken you or activate something, energize you and seep into your consciousness, into your body and sit with you. And it might one day unfurl some gem that will enable you to perceive the way that you're showing up in your relationship with your wife in a completely new way. Meanwhile, I could be on the other side of the world. I've listened to the same storytellers tell the same story, and something completely different is unfurling within my being. And so there's an aliveness to this. It's almost like this story is a living organism. It actually becomes like a million different organisms depending on how many people are hearing and absorbing the story according to where they're at in their life. So it's actually not a static piece of information, right? It's actually living and it's breathing and it's emergent and it changes. And then one day I'll tell that story, and the way that I tell that story will be inflected and infused with exactly the frontiers upon which I've been walking and the way that it landed in my body. That's what's going to come into the medicine of me telling that story, and then it's going to be listened to and passed on again and again and again. It's such a beautiful, beautiful art form, isn't it? Such a profound way of passing down truth.
If you would like to go a little bit deeper, if you're someone that may be going through a bit of a transitionary period in life and you'd like some support through that process, head over to todaydreamer.com to see what I have on offer. If you're interested in learning to meditate or deepening your practice of meditation, or even just developing a consistent practice and you would like some support in that process, head over to todaydreamer.com and register your interest, because I'll be putting out something very shortly to help you guys out with that. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and click the little notification bell so you don't miss any of the good stuff to come. Thank you again, and I will catch you in the next episode. Be well.